All new Dr. Phil today. The millionaire and his beautiful new wife.
She thinks you're hiding money and cheating the kids.
And the ex who says she's on welfare.
I'm pissed. I'm upset.
Raw emotion.
What do you want from Kim?
I just...
As the accusations fly.
Hold on.
He's the one that does drugs.
Do you agree to take a drug test today with us?
I will if you pay child support. How's that?
Listen, y'all have had plenty of time to talk. It's my turn.
Don't miss Exes at War.
If you're single and watching this show, this is not how it has to be. Coming up. Let's do it. If it's happening now, we're going to deal with it now.
Stand by, Dr. Phil.
This is going to be a changing day in your life.
Stand by A and roll A. Track it.
Go, Dr. Phil.
Today, we are dealing with exes at war. Now, you've met them before, and now they are back for more. You may remember Carrie, who accused her ex-husband's fiancé of being a mean, evil stepmonster to her 3 kids. Here's a recap of what happened 7 months ago.
When I see her, I want to rip every hair out of her head. I want to slap her. I consider Carrie to be the evil stepmother.
I'm not a step monster.
I believe Carrie is very jealous of my fiance.
Ken lives in a $1.8 million home. He drives a $100,000 BMW. Ken has stopped paying child support. I'm on welfare. I am very humiliated living the way that I have to live and seeing them live this lavish lifestyle.
You resent what you don't have.
I have not received child support since September of '05.
That's false.
Do you think she's just causing trouble to get even with you?
She's lonely, she's unhappy, and she's going to do everything she can to make sure the kids love her unconditionally. What about Taylor's graduation when we're sitting in the front row with the kids? You come and get Skylar and Chandler and say, come with me right now. That's not about the kids.
Well, one thing that I think nobody would dispute fight because they don't want to go over there. Is that of their own doing, or is that because they sense this angst going on?
That's why I'm here.
Okay, well, let me tell you, it's because they sense the angst between you and them. You feel that if you guys set a wedding date and try to do that, then that she's going to sabotage the date. You agree to it right now so they can set a date and you're not going to change it.
Okay, so our date is July 14th.
Taylor's going to be in the wedding? Still upset with her ex, Ken, and also upset with me. Take a look at their update.
I took 3 Xanax last time on the Dr. Phil show. I was very nervous. My ex-husband and his new wife came on the show to make me look like a bad parent. You can't imagine how it felt to sit this close, and then here she is flaunting her ring, and it was hard for me.
After the Dr. Phil show, it was better for maybe a week, and then it actually got a lot worse.
Ken did call the police on me twice.
My ex-wife has withheld the kids from me, and I had to call the officers to enforce the order.
Ken gets mad at me when my oldest daughter, Taylor, does not want to go visit him. And it's not my fault. Ken has such a bad temper. He thinks it's me telling her not to go, but that's not the case. All the kids participated in Ken and Carrie's wedding.
The wedding was our dream wedding. My wife was beautiful, the kids were beautiful.
Taylor was a little freaked out. She called me from the closet on the wedding day, crying. She says, "Mom, I can't do this. I can't watch them do their vows." And I said, "You have to. You're..." And she pulled herself together.
Taylor was in a great mood during the wedding. She had a great time. We all danced and took pictures and went to the beach afterwards, and we all had so much fun.
I'm here to set the record straight. I'm not jealous of Ken or Carrie or their money. I'm so frustrated that Here I am on Dr. Phil again. My kids are suffering, and he is a bully, he's a liar, and it's not fair. Last time, there was so many things I wanted to say. I was so out of it, and I was caught off guard by Dr. Phil a lot. I wasn't prepared, and this time, I'm gonna be prepared.
Well, one thing Ken and his ex, Carrie, agree on is that nothing has changed in the combat between the two of them. Ken won't even talk to his ex because it just always turns into what he calls mudslinging. Now, I also want to introduce Julius. This is Carrie's new boyfriend, so thanks for being here.
Fiance.
And fiance, okay. Have you two gotten married?
Yes.
So you did it on July 14th, so
Yes.
congratulations on that. How's it going?
It's going good.
Excellent.
Yeah, all right, good. But not going well here,
No, and actually escalated after we got married.
okay? And what's the issue? What are the issues been
Can I
between
speak?
you? Yeah, that's why I'm saying what.
Okay.
I'm asking you what are the
Everything
issues.
was going good during the summer. Everything was going very well between Ken and I. And after the wedding, Taylor came home. Actually, all three of the kids came home, and they were, I don't want to say completely upset, but my oldest daughter was really upset. And I think it was just maybe a shock after the whole excitement of the wedding and the dresses. And they told me that they had fun and that it was, you know, a beautiful wedding and this and this. But there is that kind of ending, you know, like your parents are never going to get together again, is what my daughter explained to me, how she's feeling that it's finalized and that was kind of what she was going through. So I called Ken and said, Taylor does not want to come visit this next time. But he flipped out, screamed.
Five times
Yeah.
since you were here on your ex-wife?
Yes.
Yeah, at least because of withholding the kids from me.
I don't withhold
Now,
kids from you.
I know that Taylor, all
Never.
my kids.
I call the police first and say, my ex-husband's going to call you. I'm not withholding the children. My daughter is throwing up. She has 102 fever. I am not withholding the kids.
You said you wanted to set the records straight
Yes.
here, and you have notes on your hand so you don't forget, which is a good idea.
They wouldn't let me have a card like you, so.
So set the record straight. What is it that you think is wrong?
I don't know. What's wrong with you, Ken? Why did you get so upset with me when I told you that Taylor didn't want to come to your house?
It's funny how the things parallel, Dr. Phil, that
could care
all of a
less
sudden
about their
our
wedding.
relationship, okay, we're communicating for a week or two, and then all of a sudden things go south because she wants me to change days, she wants me to change orders, there's history there. Ken, you know, orientation's coming up for Taylor. Ken, the first day of school's coming up. I noticed that you have that. Can I have it? No. She calls me
That's
8
not
times.
true.
I
I
never
didn't say
answer.
that. That's not
Next
true.
thing you
You're
know, she
lying,
calls me
Ken.
up.
No,
By
you're
the way,
lying.
I'm
You're
taking-
lying.
Sir,
You're
that is
lying.
a lie because I was listening.
Yes,
on
my
that as
daughter
well.
said, I want to stay with you, Mom. I'm having a hard time dealing with the wedding. And I even called you. I said she doesn't want to
What do
see
you
all
think
the
she's going to
pictures.
say to you?
Okay.
You know what? What do
All
you
right.
think she's going to say to you, Ken?
Okay.
What do you think she's going to say to you
Hold
guys?
on.
She's upset. She's 15. What do
All
you
right, now
think?
hold on.
Carrie's not very nice to her.
Go ahead.
This time I'm normal. I'm pissed. I'm upset.
Well, now you say
I'm
this
very
time you're
upset.
normal, and
I
the
took
reason
3
you said that
Xanax
you weren't
last
normal
time.
last time is because you chose to take 3 Xanax.
Yes, because I was
before
nervous.
you came out here. Well,
What's the fact that I wasn't there to support
I
her?
was supposed to be out here with my daughter, and at 2 minutes before I got on stage, after they did her hair and makeup, they pulled her off. So she was supposed to be sitting here with me,
I don't
telling
think my
them
daughter should have
how
been
she
up here.
feels, because you're afraid to listen to her.
Well, I'm
Okay.
afraid.
And you
Whoa,
won't
whoa,
listen
oh,
to her.
no, hold
Ken.
on.
That's the problem.
Hold on. You're talking about last time or this time?
Last time I was on Dr. Phil, she was
Okay.
supposed to be with me.
Okay, and your daughter is how old?
15.
Yeah, that's the point.
Okay, the producers wanted her.
No, listen. I make those decisions.
Okay.
They bring people here that are parties to the stories, and then I make the decisions. And when I saw what was going on in this situation, there wasn't a snowball's chance in hell that I was going to parade a 15-year-old child out here in the middle of this yelling, screaming, and mudslinging. So you can add that to your list of being pissed off at me, I guess, because I'm the one they didn't make that decision. Buck stops right here. I made that decision, and I would make it again.
Yeah.
You don't want children involved in adult issues, even though the adult issues are very childish, in my opinion, between what y'all are doing, yelling back and forth at each other. I mean, come on, the cops have been involved 5 times. What are y'all, raised by wolves or something?
He's the one that calls the cops.
Can I say something?
But there's a reason. What do you want to say?
What I want to say is she has never called the police. Never.
She just...
You've done the order so many times.
Hold on.
Hold on, let me say something.
Okay, she just sat here in front of me and says that she calls the police first.
I do, to let them know that he's
then what are you telling me she's never called the police for? Were you not listening a minute ago? She said she calls the police for you.
I listen very well.
Well, but why are you telling me she never called the police when she just said she did?
Have the police come to the house.
She has the police come to the house preparing for him to call the police.
So she does call the police?
Once or twice she did, yes.
Pardon
I
me?
made a mistake. Once or twice she did.
Okay, but that's my whole point is, why are we doing this? The children are watching this.
Why
All right, I got to take a break. Okay, I'm going to let you talk first when we come back. All right, so the question is, are the kids being used as pawns here? Is there a way that we can get to some level of order here? I arranged therapy for them. They went for a while, then they quit. There's a big story and fight about that. We'll talk about it all when we come back. I'll start with you. So look at your notes.
I'm saying this in a statement. I believe he's hiding his money.
Carrie definitely is jealous. I became successful, met a girl, and together we were successful, and I think she's gonna make me pay for it for the rest of my life.
He can go to Mexico, he can buy a new laptop, he has all these cars, he's got a fully stocked refrigerator full of beer. He gets to shop at Costco. I'm not jealous of Ken or Carrie or their money. I have a life. I have a boyfriend. He helps with homework. He helps around the house, and we're fortunate to have him, all of us.
If Julio was to become their stepfather, that's unfortunate. I wish my ex would find someone better than that.
Today we're catching up with some of our most interesting guests that you've had comments about because you share commonalities. I mean, there are a lot of step-blended families out there. In the show where we covered step-parenting wars and interactions, these guests had a lot to say. Now, one of our guests from that show, Carrie, said that she was sickened by the way her ex-husband's fiance treated her children. After appearing on the show 7 months ago, Carrie says she's still mad at her ex-Ken and his new wife, Carrie. Now, you said you were so mad at me after the last show that I gave you a full set of books and CDs and tapes and everything, and you said you ripped them up and burned them.
And Dr. Phil, I just want to say the Family First book, it hit home, and that's why I'm here today.
Yeah, right,
because
Ken.
everything you talked about, that's my world, that's what I deal with on a constant basis, and that's why I'm here.
A lot of trees gave their lives for those books, and then you just threw them away.
I was very angry when I left here because I was portrayed like this jealous ex-wife, and I'm not jealous.
But even
she
this
can have
time,
him. She can support him for the rest of her life, like I had to.
But let me ask you, you say that you're not jealous and that I didn't ask questions you wanted to ask last time. But this time, in the pre-interview for this show, because we interview you and ask you what you want to talk about and what's going on, you still say that Ken and his new wife, Carrie, have a $1.8 million house, new laptop, iPods, $100,000 car, cruises, honeymoon, and I'm on welfare.
Tickets, they go to concerts.
Concerts and games and
stuff. Now, why
stuff.
can't he pay for a $50 yearbook?
Okay, now, let me say two things.
Why won't he pay?
One, that does sound like jealousy, but the continuation of that thought is you're saying since he has that financial wherewithal, then why doesn't he do more for our children?
Yes.
And you say he says he can't.
He says he has no money.
Okay, so...
And that he only makes $3,000 a month working for her father.
Okay, so what's the story
this.
here? She thinks you're hiding money and cheating the kids.
You know, it's no secret, Dr. Phil.
That's the question you wanted to ask, right?
Dr. Phil, I am lucky to have the $3,000 a month that I have now. I was in subprime mortgage lending at its height. For 5 years, I rode the gravy train. She rode the gravy train. I was making a ton of money. She was a rep also. We had two incomes. We're both sales reps.
No, I was never a
She was
secretary.
a
I was never a secretary.
You were the secretary.
Okay, keep telling yourself
You were
that.
secretary, Carrie, with the little hearts on the envelope.
She worked at a
She
title.
loved my ex-husband.
Dr. Phil, she worked
I
at a title
know.
company. From that, she got a job as an account manager. Then she became a wholesale sales rep. We were both in the wholesale lending for subprime mortgage. It took off. We made a ton of money, yes. Now today, with my resume, with the company that I worked for that went bankrupt, today I can't get any job in mortgage lending because of the subprime, the red flags. People are, oh, you work with that company, forget it. I'm lucky to have what I have now.
Are you paying the court-ordered child support?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you up
it's
to
being
date?
garnished.
Up to date.
No, you're not. You're not up to
That's
date.
an untrue statement,
I sent
Dr.
the legal
Phil.
papers. He owes me $11,000 in back pay. I sent
false.
the legal. You guys are wrong.
Read the...
You're
Dr.
wrong.
Phil,
I
we all
sent
now,
the legal papers.
I have a court document here that says the parties agree that as of 5/11/07, there are no health care or child care
That's it.
reimbursements owed by either party, no child support.
Care.
Let me finish. No child support arrears owed, so payback at zero and new withholding order to issue. Health care reimbursement claims are to be exchanged within 30 days of the payment, et cetera, et cetera. So as of that date, there was nothing in arrears.
That was
and
May. Tell me the date again.
that was May 11th, 07. Those were in the documents, actually, that you...
What I signed.
No, I
very
know what you
deep into
signed.
me.
I know what you signed. You signed that document right there.
Well, there's
Your attorney
another
signed it?
paper that says there's some other things. That's not right.
You guys let us speak.
Right.
Let us speak. You guys need to speak individually.
Oh, thanks, Dr. Phil.
thanks.
Yeah,
I
just speak
appreciate that.
individually.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
This is math, not magic. He either owes you money or he doesn't.
I
And you're
believe
saying he
owes me
does, but the court
yes.
documents say he doesn't.
Well, I'm unclear then with the court documents because I
Well, let's
was
make
told
accusations if you're
in
unclear.
court.
It's always smart.
Well, I looked at them pretty
Whatever.
carefully, and I didn't see if there's money
There's
owed.
an
I missed-
$11,000 arrears that's written on that bottom
Well,
piece.
but as of
I
that
will-
date, they said there was money owed on both parts. It was zeroed out. Court
shouldn't have been
says
for
there is
child
nothing
support.
in arrears.
Well, he owes me for October of 2005.
Well,
No, no.
as
I
of
don't.
11
There's more
7,
stuff.
as of 5/11/07, that's not. I'm just trying to deal with facts here because there's always he said, she said.
Okay, so
and
if
okay
that's
now
the
But Dr.
fact-
Phil, you know what? We
if
need
that's
to
the
nip this in
fact-
about it. Forget about the money. We talked about the last time. We're coming in here. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. It's not about the money. To me, it's about the kids. Something needs to be done today. Emotionally, they're going down the drain. She's making them feel
Thanks to
so
you.
guilty.
It's because of you, Ken.
Thanks to
You
you.
won't
Let me
listen to
tell
your
you-
daughter.
You've gotta be
Hold on.
You won't listen to how
all right, hold
she
on. I'm going to take a
feels.
break, and we're going to pick this up when we come back. Now, there's something that Ken is very concerned about with his ex. It kind of tops a lot of other things. I'm going to let him talk about that because I've let you say what you were concerned about, and I'll just let everybody talk when we come back.
My wife, Carrie, 100% is the best thing to happen to me and my kids.
I believe that things have gotten worse since we've been married.
My ex-wife is always talking about my wife to the kids about how evil she is. I hear mommy hates Carrie, mommy wants Carrie to die.
I bought Chandler a cell phone because my ex-husband will not let me talk to my kids.
She used it as a link to my house. And she would call him, what are you doing every hour? What's going on? And what's Carrie doing? What'd you guys have for dinner? I think he felt like the little messenger boy for her.
Sometimes you may wonder why I do stories where people are just kind of all mad and talking at the same time. And I'll tell you why I do it. I do it because what you're hearing now, what I'm hearing now, is what I fear these children are living and growing up with. So my mission, my goal is to not come down on one side or the other side. but to try to come down on the children's side and create some harmony inside a family situation. Now, I'm here with Ken and his new wife, Carrie, and his ex-wife, Carrie, and her fiancé, Julian. Apparently, in the last 7 months, things have not gone well. Police have been called multiple times. Kids are still being caught in the middle to the point of having physical symptoms. Now, on top of all of that, there's something that Ken is very concerned about with his ex-wife, and it has to do with their son's cell phone. So let's look at this.
I believe 100% that my ex-wife does drugs. I heard from a friend of hers that she smokes marijuana nightly and she keeps her bong under her bed in a shoebox. And one time, we had Chandler's phone. He was at a playground, and we heard it ring, and it was actually a text message from one of my ex-wife's friends. And we were appalled to find out that there was about 14 messages of a drug transaction about her picking up weed, and she's using her son's cell phone for a drug deal.
That's a lie.
Okay.
That's a lie. He put stuff in Chandler's cell phone.
Was that a
he
threat?
stole Chandler's cell phone. He wouldn't give it back. That is a total lie.
You're threatening me.
I'm a nurse.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
He's a lie.
Hold on,
I'm a
Julian.
nurse.
Hold on, Julian. You wanted to be in this situation, so tell me what. Are you threatening him as we're sitting here?
No, I'm not threatening him.
He just asked you, are you threatening me? And you said yes.
He's a liar.
He just asked you, are you threatening me?
Threatening
And
him
you
what way?
said yes.
Threatening him what way?
Every time I come to their house.
No, you bully me. You park behind my car so we can't get out.
All right, hold on.
You pull up and you bully me.
Carrie, hold on. Julian?
How is that a threat when I say he's a
You're the one that said yes.
Yeah.
He asked you, are you...
Oh, my
Carrie,
God.
stop. You asked Ken if he was threatening. You asked Julian if he was threatening you, and you said yes. What is the
to the
threat?
fact that he's an not anything else, not for beating him up or anything, because that would have happened a long time ago.
How long have y'all been in a relationship?
7
6
years.
years.
6 going to 7.
So
Same as them.
She was the one who left. She left with him.
So Julius,
You
you've
left
been
with her.
involved in this for 6 years?
Yeah, and you know what, sir? I never get in between the two of them when they talk, when their conversations as far as the kids. Never,
did call
never.
me.
But
All
there
right,
are-
here's what we took off the cell phone at 3:44 p.m. It says, quote, you said you would take the weed to him at 9A. He's been waiting all day for you to do. For you, do you remember talking to me? Hold on. See, I got an editing
made a
machine.
drug deal.
I was going to cut all that out. Y'all just yell all you want. I'm going to cut it out unless one person's talking where we can understand it.
That's why he took my son's cell phone.
Exactly.
Okay.
He kept it, and I had to order him a new one. It
There's
will
more.
never
That is
go
exactly
to
why.
Chandler's. He's the one that does drugs. He does cocaine and
wanna
everything.
read-
You don't even know, Carrie. You don't know him. He
Would you
used do
agree
it
to
all
take
the
a test
time.
today?
So
Would you
will
agree?
I.
We take
Okay.
a drug test today.
God.
Do you
Okay.
agree?
This is ridiculous.
Do you agree to take a drug test today with us?
Ridiculous.
Do you agree to take a drug test today with us?
Both of you.
Do you
Do you know how
agree
many
to
drug
take
tests
a
I
drug-
take for my job?
Oh, very good. Do you
Jesus
agree?
Christ.
Answer the question, yes or no.
Well, then if she agrees to that, you'll pay child support.
I will if you pay child support. How's that?
Very true.
You lie. You don't pay child support. You won't even pay for her fees.
Okay, how much child
Quit
support?
lying about the money, and I'll take the drug test.
I'm going to read this when you
That was in
finish.
2005.
I mean, I understand how filibuster works, but I'm going to read this when you finish.
Filibuster, what's that?
Filibuster is when you just start talking about insignificant things to delay the point of the conversation.
Filibuster, dude.
And the point of this conversation is the second message that said, you said last night you wanted to come here and you would take the weed to my dad at 9A. Then come here. You never said, even sober, that you were staying a week. What? Did you write that?
I said what now?
Did you write those messages on your
I
son's cell
wrote
phone?
this supposedly. You are lying.
have all the cell
You
phone
are
records.
lying.
That's
You are
fine.
totally
What's
lying.
Stephanie's number?
Chandler's
Oh,
cell
510.
Hold on, you guys. This is related to this incident here when he took the phone. Last
Because
Monday, I received a phone call on my cell phone, and it said Chandler. His name came up on it. And I said, oh, Chandler's phone. And I answered it, and I heard a baby in the background, and they hung up. So I called Carrie. I said, Carrie, you got Chandler's phone back? He goes, no, I never received it.
We've had it the
So
whole
I
time.
called the phone
Okay,
back.
they took the phone
We have
because
the phone.
they,
Why were they calling me?
Drug deals? I don't do drug deals, Carrie. I do not do drug deals.
Chandler, our son's doing drug deals.
So who wrote this?
I don't know. He wrote it.
Because he is so malicious.
Okay,
He is
but he doesn't.
vindictive,
But he does.
malicious.
Okay, but hold on. He doesn't have the other phone that was responding to these
Don't kid
things.
yourself. This guy has a lot of mechanics up there. Let me tell you.
He's got lots of money, so he can hire and do whatever he wants.
One time he told the Campbell police that I threatened him, and they heard a record.
We're gonna take a break, just really because I need one. And then I'm going to talk about what I think needs to happen here. Okay, I'm back with Ken and new Carrie and old Carrie. And Julius, the fiance here. And, you know, I'm wondering, is there anybody among you four that is impacted by the absurdity and infantile nature of this back and forth?
I am with him.
I am.
Do you
the way
get
he treats us,
He treats us, her
and
on
the
telephone.
kids.
Oh, you perhaps misunderstood the question.
Well, break it down. Break it down.
I mean,
You mean besides the kids?
no.
Besides the kids
no,
are
let me.
first and
No, no.
foremost.
Why won't Taylor come see you, Ken?
Oh, I wonder.
She won't come visit you right
Okay,
now.
hold on.
Thanks to you.
Thanks to me.
Yeah,
Thanks
nothing
to
to do with
you. Sorry, I won't interrupt anymore. I'm
Wait,
just
Dr.
really
Phil, can I
mad
say-
about the drug thing.
Why is the
Because-
reason she's not coming to see me?
Because she's
Because
afraid
she's
of you.
afraid of you.
She's
She
afraid of
tried
you.
to tell you her
Verbally.
feelings
Okay.
about how she felt
She's
about the
verbally
wedding.
afraid of
But
you.
your view
If I was
verbally
her, I
abusive
would
to
say I
her.
didn't want to see me either. You get the
And
you
then you
give her
call the
wrath.
cops on her.
On her?
On her.
Or because you're
The-
withholding
on
her.
The
I'm not
frequency
withholding
of
her.
marriage here in America is going to go down precipitously. If you're single and watching this show, this is not how it has to be. My point here is this is absurd. It's immature. It is ridiculous, and it is highly, highly counterproductive to the children involved here that frankly don't get a vote. They don't have the leverage, the social power, even the vocabulary to say, will you people please stop? Will you please stop? Look, let me ask you a question. What do you want from Ken?
I just, on my notes, how do I deal with him? You know, 1 minute it's okay because he wants something like his wedding. He wants 2 extra weeks, and I'm the one that got Taylor's hair done. I asked him how he wanted it. I said, what do I do with Chandler's hair? I had no problem. Then once his wedding is over, he doesn't need me anymore. Then it's, who cares about Carrie? Then screw me over, right?
But here, look, here's the deal. And you may think that I pick on you, but what I'm trying to do is shake you into the reality that you are divorced.
I know that.
He's not required to be nice to you. He's not required to spend time with you.
What about the kids?
No, I'm getting to that. No, listen.
with him.
Y'all have had plenty of time to talk. It's my turn. It's my turn. The fact that you say he needed me, so we had this dialogue, and then when he didn't need me anymore, then he didn't talk to me anymore. You're right. He doesn't need you anymore. The only relationship that the two of you have, and it will be your highest calling ever in this world, is as the co-allies of these children. And trust me, if you think for a second forth you are. I've said before, you can do this in such a way that you never have to speak to each other again if necessary. You can go through an intermediary. I think it's terrible if you have to do that. I think it is ridiculous waste of resource for the children. But the point is, it's over. If the court has ordered him to pay X and he pays it, then there's nothing else you can do about it. You may think that he's hiding all of this income and that he has $90 billion that should be flowing to your children, then all you can do is prove that. You guys are educated, intelligent, articulate people, and you're behaving in this way, and your kids are paying the price. Now, you say to me, are you... If you are shortchanging your children, shame on you.
Never.
If you're
above and beyond.
Shame on you. He won't even pay for a yearbook, PE clothes, nothing. I asked him,
He said in the last court session that he was going to ask Carrie's parents because that's how he lives. For the money for the PE uniforms.
I work 2 to 3 jobs to support 3 children that I love very much that are not mine. I do. And I give them everything and anything they want.
All right, when we come back, we're going to find out why Ken doesn't want Carrie to marry Julius. Well, I'm in the middle of a custody battle here, literally. I mean, Ken, Carrie, and Julius are here today talking about all of the ups and downs in the divorced world. And let me tell you, when you think about getting a divorce, you need to think about life after divorce, because it's not easy, and the children pick up the tab for all of this. Now, I've got a couple of questions, and I want you to be as responsive as you can. And so if you want to think about the question, and I'll ask another question and come back to you, I'm happy to do it. But I want to know what it is, and I'm not saying that you would do it, but I want to know what it is that he could do that would make you satisfied. What is it that he would have to do in order for you to say, peace has broken out?
How about when my daughter asks him for...
Please don't bog down in details. Do you want more money? Do you want more freedom and less contact? Do you... What can he do that would cause you to say, okay, I'm satisfied. Thank you very much, Dr. Phil. Nice knowing you.
I would like better communication. Maybe he should do some counseling with my oldest daughter alone.
So you're telling me that if he'll just chat you up better and do some individual therapy with your daughter, that this is all cured? That's
no,
it.
I don't. I mean, can't say it's going to be perfect, but that would be a good start with my daughter.
That they need to be, chasing after. I mean,
I don't want to be the one to have to tell him if she doesn't want to go and the reasons why. But the therapists are trying to make Ken and I talk.
I got y'all a therapist, and you blew it up.
We didn't blow it up.
She didn't go to the last meeting.
I missed the last meeting. I missed the date. I don't know why he's so angry right now. I don't know why he's so upset.
Tell me why you don't want Carrie to marry Julius.
No, I think they have a lot in common, good match. No, I think it's a good thing. Unfortunately, my kids are going to get the brunt. My son Chandler has talked about Julio being physical with him on 2 different occasions, shoving his face. Because I think it's the kids saying whatever, it's hearsay. But to me, I don't know. It's got to end. It's got to,
I have a question.
I got so many things again.
Are you abusive with the kids at all?
No. Matter of fact, I'm actually the one.
He apologized to Chandler.
Yeah, because Skylar, he punched his little sister and threw sand in her face. And then he wouldn't say he was sorry. And what happened?
I just went up there and said,
No, he didn't.
You don't know nothing. You weren't there. I went up to him, I pushed him on the back, I said, Chandler, what are you doing? And then he fell on his face in the sand.
And he gets up.
I wouldn't grab him and throw his face. No, I didn't push him literally. I just,
and we've heard you punish him for all kinds of stuff, Carrie.
Bring it up. Why didn't you say that before?
I didn't bring it up. I just didn't bring it up because it's not worth it.
While I may be talking to myself when I do it, when we come back, I'm going to say A, B, C, and D, what I think needs to happen here, and I'll let you say anything you want to say. We'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with Ken, his ex-wife Carrie, his new wife Carrie, and his ex-wife's fiance Julius. We're talking about life after divorce when kids are in the mix, which is something I take very seriously. Check your notes. Is there anything, and I'm not making fun of that. I mean, I want you to, in an organized way, look and see if there's anything that you want to go over. There's nothing wrong with taking notes.
Why didn't you take Skylar to the dentist yesterday?
You got to be kidding.
I want to know why.
We're on the Dr. Phil show. I can't believe you're wasting his time.
I would like to know why.
Why are you asking that question?
Because he does this to me all the time. He doesn't do the homework.
Because see, 80%
it drives me crazy.
80% of all own the accusation. What you're really saying when you said, why didn't you take Skylar to the dentist yesterday, is you're saying you're irresponsible and you're a saboteur and you don't really care about the kids. Isn't that pretty much what you said?
Yes.
Okay. Then why don't you just... Okay, but you're asking it as though you're trying to gather information.
I don't know how to say it anymore.
Well,
this is 6 years.
him, and he doesn't know how to communicate well with her.
You think?
Oh, I know. Because I'm in the middle of it. I listen to it. And there's a lot of times...
You've been here 6 years. I feel like I've been here 6 years. So I understand that they don't communicate. Look.
Dr. Phil, the communication thing is, to me, I don't talk to her because, to me, it's adding fuel to the fire. I can't pick up that phone and listen to the barrage of insults because I'm trying to make it stop. For the kids' sake. I'm trying to make it just stop.
I don't have a lot of confidence that y'all are going to do what I'm telling you to do here. But the point is, I think that you gotta crawl before you walk and walk before you run. And it is clear to me that you two are just, you just throw sparks off. I think you've got a real chip on your shoulder. I think you resent the fact that you say that you're living on welfare, barely scraping by, and he's in a $1 million plus house and driving big cars and all of that. And you, please.
I don't let the kids go without nothing.
I don't either.
We don't let the kids go without what they need, and that's why the chip is on my shoulder. Now you can go.
Thank you. It is what it is. Look, you're not going to argue your way into an equity. If you believe that there is something going on here, you've made insinuations to us that they're hiding money, that he's only been paid a certain amount, and that the rest of it's through her family, and so it's hidden, and how can he live this lifestyle with that small income, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Look, what you got to do is petition the court to appoint an ad litem for the children, investigate the situation. If there's fraud there, if there's anything being hidden there, if there's anything there, then there are legal recourse for that. But yelling and screaming and making the children endure that is not going to move you any closer to that goal or objective. I think at this point, when I say you got to crawl before you walk, there has to be some boundaries here. You two should not be communicating right now. I arranged for you to have very able therapy. And I encourage you to stay plugged into that. Let that be an intermediary. If you've got questions or requests, send them through the therapist to him. If you've got things, then there can be scheduled times. You can go through that. Now, your therapist yeoman-like work in this trying to create a co-parenting plan. I encourage you, I thank you, Dr. Clemens, and I encourage y'all to use that resource, stay plugged into that, but you need to stop your contact. You need to stop your contact right now. It's ridiculous. But I just want you to know that every time you go into the meltdown like we've had here today, you are making a conscious choice to inflict pain on your children. So it's no different than if you got a hot poker and stuck it on. You're making a conscious choice to inflict pain on your children. So please, please think about this. We'll be right back. Yeah. What do you want to say? If you would like us to update a guest that you have real interest in, knowing what's happened, what went on when they left here, then go to drphil.com and click Contact Dr. Phil and send us a message. We really do read all of those things. And wouldn't you love to come see a show? Don't you guys have a good time when you're here? If you're interested in being part of my audience, log on and click the button that says Be in the Audience, and we'll tell you how to do it. Tickets are free, and we really do have a great time when we're here. And we talk about things that matter with people who care, as we did today. So I thank everyone that was here today. I'll see you soon. So long.